Hello and welcome to the Adventurers for the Morning Star. We are here in Anthem again. Had an appointment down here in Phoenix, so my wife's going to run to the appointment. And while we're here, we're going to look in the creek bed. It's a hot day, but there's a nice shady spot here. We've got lots of water and things like that. We're going to hang out and we're going to rock-hound this riverbed again. We've been here, but we started further up. Now we're going to go down, see what we can find more. Alright, here we go. This looks like a big piece of rhyolite here. Let's see here. That may be it. We had another piece back a little ways. I'm not going to take it, so I didn't show it. But here's this one here. That's pretty neat. This riverbed has Unakite. I've taken some home before and sold a couple of pieces. As a matter of fact, I've got an order for it right now. This looks like it could be some. Sometimes I've taken it home and it hasn't really been it. But that looks like it. This looks like a piece of Unakite. It also looks like it's got some quartz vein in there. Some pink. Be more than just green. I might take that one. Yeah, this guy's kind of neat. He's red and greenish.
To the campsite and just hang out in the shade for a few minutes.
Sure. Well, I've pulled silver out of this bed before. There's tons and tons of quartz, Unakite, some porphyry, some other things. What do you guys think? Is that silver or is it not silver? I'm looking for some. If I get enough of it, I'll try to get it out of the rocks I have at home. That looks like some dark veins in there. Maybe I'll take it. All right, here's one worth reporting. There's the hammer next to it. What do you think, serpentine? I would say it's serpentine. It's got a quartz vein going through it too. All the way around. Well, that guy's pretty cool. Let's see. That definitely looked like lizard skin. Quartz, serpentine, host rock. Now, if you're a serpentine lover, you'll be sad I left this guy behind, although I don't think I could get it out of this creek bed. Here's where you see how agate and some things are formed. Big piece of basalt, stuff solidifies in the holes, and then when it gets big enough, it falls out. As a matter of fact, I almost think I see bands in there. Let's see. I'm gonna have to look at that piece more closely. And then there's this guy here. Looks like it's just a piece of quartz. Ouch. It is hot out here today. Yeah, just a piece of quartz there. Let's dig this other one out, see what it looks like. All right, there we have it, not too big. Maybe that's some calcite forming in there. We'll leave it. All right, out of this river, God gave me a really nice big jasper, and I made something for my wife out of it. It's real easy to work, it's real forgiving, shines up nice. I say that because I think this is another piece of it here. It's not a big piece, but let's see. Maybe let me back it out a little bit. Okay. As usual, you see the corner and you think there's nothing to it. So maybe enough to make a little something. Oh, there we go. And I'll put it in the sun. Let's see what we get. Move our new pickaxe. Maybe I was wrong. Don't know what that is. Looks like it could be more serpentine mixed with a lot of quartz, actually. Alright, I found a nice little place here. I found a couple of a couple of rocks. My phone's getting hot with the heat. I just had some water myself. Look at this one. This is like the big piece we got from my wife. Some dark red in there, quartz lines. That's a local Jasper mix in this Skunk Creek. I'll take that piece. All right, found a little honey hole off the beaten path. I think I'm gonna look here for another minute. Here is, found it just right here on this hole here. It's this guy. And it's got some orange bands there. And then if you turn it, it's like banded iron, banded, can't think of the name right now. That's nice. Reds and bands all the way throughout. We'll keep that little guy. Okay, and just a few steps away from where that other one was at, right over there by my rock hammer. Come over here, and I see this guy. I don't know if it's as colorful as my first one, but we'll definitely have to figure it out. There's quartz, there's jasper, maybe even dendrites. Some of it looks plain. It's got some green in there too. And on the back side, it's got this more bit of color on the edge. Some of those will polish up nice. We'll take that one too. It's a warm one today. There's all kinds of little quartz. There's another one over there. welcome to the Adventurers for the Morning Star. Here we have our haul from Anthem Trip 3. And so we'll start off with this side and work our way across the table. Over here we're working on some polished stones, adding some glue bales and making some little girls' necklaces. Some very nice pieces from sardonyx, but we won't get into that. Over here, I grabbed these because I thought they were silver. Now this one here, of course, it's not going to want to let me focus. The dark could very well be real silver. Either that or it's dendritic. So one of the hints about real silver is it oxidizes, so it gets real black. So like I grabbed this one, thinking maybe it was silver too. But you see how much lighter it is than the other one? I'm pretty sure it's just silver pyrite in there and not real silver. And this one's full throughout it as well, but it's not dark enough. And probably the same with this guy. Although it looks quite a bit darker when wet, when I sprayed it. So those guys are probably botched. This little guy is dark as well. And this one is here is really big, but it has some dark veins that go through it. Really dark. And this is the same riverbed where I've gotten lots of real silver at. So there's probably some in there. That's why I grabbed those guys. Next is our Unakite. Most likely Unakite. I did find a big one of serpentine, but this one, they're not really catching the green in there. Besides the matrix, there's green. So green with faint red. A couple of small chunks. This guy here is a lighter. Looks waxier too. That might actually be more of a chunk of serpentine. Then we grabbed these two guys. Although I've grabbed a couple of these guys there before, it's not gonna let me focus. It's got a chalcedony bubbling out of it. This one's oozing with it in many different places. I don't know if there's anything on the inside. Probably not. They're really light. But I grabbed them anyways. Then over here, On this side is just a piece of quartz. It had some green in it, so I was curious. There's some green on the skin. And then here's our, I guess probably wrong pickup pile. This one was interesting out there with the red and the light green, seeing it. Looking at it, it looks quite porous. It's got a quartz or calcite vein going through it. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't think you can make anything out of it. And this guy here, I was confused when I sprayed it. I thought it was like a Jasper, but it looks too porous, so I'm not thinking it's a Jasper. That's probably a throwaway. Over here is our stripes. I'm not sure what. Maybe just a little bit of layered quartz or something. There you go. That's going to be a better view. That might be pretty. You get a cap out of that. Might be real pretty. And these are all kind of the same. There is let me see how this works without the flash on. Okay. I realize it's not shining right, but it doesn't really work without the flash. There's some dark striations in there. And it's layered all the way down. So, I thought maybe, just maybe, that one would be nice. And then this one. It's kind of the same thing. There's just kind of layers in there. You can see, well, it's not real pronounced. I don't know if I'll cut it. Maybe I will, just to see what it looks like. Get a chunk layer off. So much stuff I want to cut right now. So those are just the kind of uniquely layered ones. And then let's go to our small guys. This just looks like a little bit of Jasper. Ooh. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, maybe it's a piece of banded hematite, maybe? Mix? That guy might be interesting. There's little pieces of Jasper. Well, this one's not much to it. And then there's this guy. Nice little gem. It's got some deep reds and pinks in it. Fortunately, don't think I can do much with it. Maybe it'll be a good tumbler. And then last for the smalls is, pretty sure it's a piece of banded hematite. It's very nice. I don't know if I've ever quite found one of these before. It's big enough to get a few cabs out of. Plan on trying that one. And then we'll go to our Jaspers. Here in the Phoenix Anthem area. I found these before. I've made some pendants from them. This is darker matrix. Still quite nice. Man, it's got deep red in there. Even though it's not real bright, this dark matrix last time had a lot of silver in it, and it made very nice cabs. It was very forgiving and easy to work with. So I must confess, I grabbed a lot of it. Thankful now that the camera's working. So that one was a very colorful piece. Some of them aren't so colorful. So here is this monster. Again, it's got some deep reds. It's got some quartz inclusions. It's got some lines. I'm really interested in seeing how a slab of that turns out. And I'm sure it'll make something fantastic. You hit the right spot. And then it has almost this deep red vein that goes from one side to the other side, now that I'm noticing. And on this side, it's got some color in that red, and also the rest of the matrix. So this guy wasn't a bad find. Next, I had a hard time saying no. But when you wet it, this one is a lot finer silica. The grains are a lot tighter, closer to more of a Jasper agate. And it's got lots of yellow lines throughout it. This is a very fine piece, now that I'm looking at it. Now I don't know if I realized it was so fine, and it's got the deep reds throughout it too. Just takes making something to really see, I guess. Very unassuming piece. Not a lot of bright color. There it is. But there it is. And then this guy is more on the opposite, I guess. It's got some deep red points. It's got color, but it's got quartz throughout it. It's got more of the color that I like looking for on the top. Pink and yellow and different things like that, like this stone can have. You see some of the dots down there, but it looks like it's just glued together by maybe calcite or something. So I'm afraid that this is more sedimentary and it's just going to pop apart in layers. I'm going to have to take a chisel to it and see if it just flakes off. Maybe I'll have pre-made cabs. I don't know. Maybe I won't be able to do anything with it. But this one had some of the pinks and stuff in the top. And then we have a big one. Alright. Guess I should have measured if it would fit in the pan before I did this. This guy is layered. It's got some stuff growing on the outside. It's a dark and light matrix. It's not a super winner as far as a lot of color is concerned. Again, we'll have to cut it and see how a slab in the middle looks like. It's got this one bit here at the end that shows promise. Well, let's get her wet again. Very heavy. Just one bit here at the end. Get that off of there. See what it looks like for cabs. And down on this end, it's mixed with some different colors. And here at the top. Don't know what to make of it. I grabbed it. And then the two. That's the most exciting of all. Pink and red, quartz, Jasper, little palm stone, nice colors, but as long as it allows me to, I can almost get 2 cabs per slab, and I get 6 or 7 slabs out of there maybe. And so that piece is probably one of our champions for the day. And then I like this guy. Lots of yellow, lots of different lines, reds. Again, it's not a massive stone, but praise the Lord. I think that might make some nice cabs. Very nice cabs. Thank you for joining us on the Adventures for the Morning Star, sticking with us to the end.